Hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi. I'm Janie.
Hi. Oh, hi. I'm Paul.
It's so nice to meet you.
God, feels weird.
So stupid. This is Stayfhomekins.
You're goddamn right it is.
Your goddamn pandemical podcast.
Goddamn pandemical podcast.
Wait, is that your Dr. Fauci?
Is that what he sounds like?
Don't you remember you were trying to do Dr. Fauci?
Oh, yeah. And then somebody told me I was way off. Some Dr. Fauci super fan.
That would be me.
It is you for sure.
So we're a married couple.
Oh, we're married.
So married.
So we're married.
He's a comedian. I'm an actress. We're totally middle-aged.
Oh, baby. There's no two ways about it. We are middle-aged.
We're Gen X as fuck.
We're Gen X, yeah.
As fuck.
Yeah. Gen X AF.
So, if that's not for you.
Man, that is enough information for you to turn it off right now if that's not what you're into.
Honestly.
Or to be our friends forever because that is what you're into.
Or how about this? If you're not into it, go fuck yourself.
There's also that.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not. Anyway,
we're
I'm a married couple.
Southern.
We host this. I'm Eastern. Eastern Promises.
There's nothing in this podcast. It's totally contentless except for the insides of our brain.
Yeah, we just explain who we are.
For an hour.
Age-wise, geographically. What happened?
I thought you were going to talk more.
No, you got so still and quiet.
I thought you were
I'll talk some more. You take a sip. Anyway, we're in quarantine just like you. We're not a witch. We're you.
Oh my God, y'all.
I was reminded
Oh my
of that
God,
today,
y'all.
and I got
now
to
and then.
explain it to people.
Okay. Every now and then I get to remember it. So tell our lovely listeners what this reference is toward.
There was a woman named Christine O'Donnell.
Oh my God, you remember her name?
Well, because I had to look it up.
Well,
earlier
she was
today.
like kind of in the news recently too.
No.
I think so.
What?
Keep going.
Don't you dare. Listeners, if you could have seen the imperious wave that was just directed at me. Christine O'Donnell was a candidate for the Republican candidate for the Delaware Senate. And she was like a Tea Party person, right?
I don't know, man.
And then
Yeah. She was something.
And then
Remember Tea Partiers? I would give anything for those people back over what we have now. Okay, keep going.
Disagree. It seems like a lateral move to me. It seems like it
Lateral?
also seems like it's the same people.
Maybe.
This is the same people after 8 years of a black president. Anyway, so she, at some point, there was something where
It was a political ad.
I know it was a political ad. I'm trying to explain why it came to be.
I don't.
It's weird if I just explain the ad and don't explain what led up to it.
Why? That's how the rest of us experienced it.
That's not true. She was on Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher.
Stop
in
it.
1999.
Stop it. You mean like when it was like on like network?
On ABC, yeah. And she said she dabbled in witchcraft.
Oh, no way.
And then that came out when she was running for Senate. And then she was forced to
address her past in witchcraft.
address it in an ad that famously included the words, "I'm not a witch, I'm you." Which is...
Wait, but the way she said it, it was a little perkier even. It was like, "I'm not a witch, I'm you."
Let's go to the tape.
Roll tape!
I'm not a witch. I'm nothing you've heard. I'm you. None of us are perfect.
True.
But none of us can be happy with what we see all around us.
What?
Politicians who think spending, trading favors, and backroom deals are the ways to
Crops
stay in office.
thriving.
I'll go to Washington.
Goodies
and
without
do what you
boils
do.
on their faces.
I'm Christine O'Donnell, and I approve this message.
Please don't throw water on me. I'll melt.
And she threw in one last "I'm you" before.
She did
before it was
not.
over.
There
Yeah.
was an I'm you at the end?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, because at the beginning, she says, I'm not a witch. I'm nothing
I'm nothing like you've heard.
like you've heard. I'm
I'm
you.
you.
So in my memory, it was just, I'm not a
I
witch.
know.
Oh, so maybe there was a 15-second cut. They do that with ads sometimes.
Oh, that's true. Maybe so.
I forgot the piano music.
How could you? It's beautiful.
I thought it was silent. I thought
so too. I don't
thought it
remember
was
there being music
silent.
under
I
it.
thought she looked straight in the camera and just said, I'm not a witch. I'm you.
The end.
Yes. Yes. Wait, but she was in the news recently for something.
Being a witch?
That would be a real twist.
They drowned her to see if she was a witch,
Wait.
and she died, so she wasn't one. Good news.
Check it out. Check out what it was. Hit the news button on that Google machine.
What is this show now? Now we're...
I don't know. We got media now. We do media.
You're drunk with
It's like-
power after this one time we played it.
I might be drunk with these couple sips of martini I had.
I know you're having your weekend water.
Having my weekend water, y'all. It's Friday.
Christine O'Donnell.
It's Friday, just like Rebecca, what's her name, sang?
Rebecca Black, yeah.
Rebecca Black.
Friday.
Oh my God. It's like Dr. Fauci singing Rebecca. Do you think that's
That was a Dr. Fauci impression?
Do you think that that's like his karaoke song? Dr. Fauci's karaoke song?
Here's what's very weird.
It's Friday.
Is that I put in
Rebecca.
Christine O'Donnell, and then I hit news, and then the first thing that comes up is Dr. Anthony Fauci and wife Dr. Christine Grady on coronavirus and quarantine. That was a very strange confluence of events.
But
You started talking about Dr. Fauci, and then
I know, but what was the news item about Christine?
I did not see anything about Christine O'Donnell.
Y'all, we're going to have to get back to you because it might have had something to do with Dr. Fauci's wife.
You don't think
She's
she
a
put a
witch.
curse on her?
Do you think that Dr. Fauci's wife is a witch and she created the coronavirus?
Do you think Christine O'Donnell is a witch and created the coronavirus because she did
Yes.
not get elected to the Delaware Senate?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
I do too.
I do. I don't believe it was created in a lab in China the way.
I was working in the lab. Somebody needs to do a monster mash. Since we're not going to have a Halloween this year because of quarantine.
Well, no, because kids will be automatically in masks, so they're good. They're good to go. Ready to go. Ready to rumble.
Do you think like a fucking Mutant Ninja Turtle mask is proper PPP?
They better be working on that now, putting some N95 material in that behind that, turtle snout.
I don't know.
Is what I'm saying.
I don't know about that. I don't think there's going to be much of a Halloween this year.
Really?
Yeah.
The candy's individually wrapped.
It's not about the food.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It is a contactless transaction.
It ideally, yes.
Trick or treat, and
If
then they
you're-
hold it up, and
But then how do
throw-
they get the candy?
You throw it at them. You throw it in the bag.
How do you get the candy yourself?
I don't let the kids get the candy themselves.
You've contacted the candy. I'm saying if
I'm
you're
gonna
handing
wear
the candy,
I'm gonna wear surgical gloves.
How often are you going to change them?
I don't need to change them.
Yes, you-
Oh, I know
yes,
what
you
I'll
do.
do. No, I know what I'll do. I'll get an ice scooper.
There we go.
I'll just leave the ice scooper next to the bowl.
Right.
And then I'll just shovel the candy into the kids'
Anyway, that's not going to be happening this
situation.
year.
I think it should.
I don't know if it should. I'm getting very, very conservative about Corona
But so okay, so
as we enter our second lockdown in Los Angeles.
so basically, so kids can't go to school now, and now we're robbing them of Halloween. When all we have to say is wear a damn mask and use
Hey,
an
man.
ice scooper. Use an ice scooper. Don't be lazy. Get a goddamn ice scooper
It's
from
not about ice scoopers. Anyway, look. Can we tell a nice story about how we met on Halloween? No, not how we met, but we got together at a Halloween party.
Oh yeah, we'd known each other for a little while by
That's
then.
how, but our relationship started.
There'd already been some hanky panky.
There might have been some hanky-panky. We met in 2003, but we didn't start dating until 2005.
We didn't put the blue check on the dating until 2005, but there was some unverified dating in the lead up. What? Don't you agree?
Thank you for putting it in terms that people
The
can
millennials.
understand. Yeah.
The youngins.
The Zoomers.
Are they Zoomers? No,
Millennials, no.
Gen Y are the Zooms. No.
Maybe they're well, I assume Gen Z would be
Gen
Zoomers.
Z. Gen Z. Sorry, Gen Z.
But then I don't know, because why wouldn't they be called? Why would one generation have two nicknames?
I have a confession.
Oh boy.
Gen Z are my favorite generation.
Aw. Why?
Because they're like freaking, they get it. They're on it.
They get it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly think that they are, first of all, the TikTok teens. Come on. TikTok teens.
TikTok teens, we love you.
TTTs.
Triple T's.
Are like, how, if I were in that generation at the time, I would be like so freaked out. I would be like, this is the coolest. You guys are the coolest. I mean, and Greta like Thunberg is like, come on. Gen Z is the shit.
All right.
I'm sorry.
You've made a compelling case.
Second fave
Gen Z, we want to hear from you.
I don't like.
Are you the shit? Text 1 for yes and 2 for 3.
All right, go ahead and spill the beans about the Halloween party.
So we were at this Halloween party, and
A big ass party, dude.
a couple days prior to that, Janie and I had been hanging around a lot, and I realized I had to make her mine.
He did. First of all, I was going through all kinds of drama around this time, like serious drama. Okay, keep going.
And Janie had decided she was on a path where she was just going to concentrate on herself and her art.
Yes.
She wasn't looking for a relationship.
And I had like declared it kind of.
Yeah, you definitely did.
And then, I had like, it was almost like I had marked it on my calendar like, you know what? I'm sick of everything. I'm going to be all about my situation. But you didn't get the memo until, okay, keep going.
I think I got the memo, but I don't know that I really understood what that entailed. So Janie's on her artist path, and then along come PFT. And I walked you to your house one night. It was your birthday. And I met up with you. I met up with you on
Where were we? Where did we go? Birds or something?
Yeah. You might have been coming from somewhere else. You might have been getting off of work or something. I don't know. But I met you at Birds, and then I walked you to your home around the corner.
Yes.
And then that's when I told you.
We were inside. You told me on my couch.
No. I told you outside.
Come on.
I told you outside. I walked you to your door.
I remember this on my couch.
I walked you to your door. Here's why I remember it was outside. Because you were standing at your door, and I told you that. And I said, I have feelings for you. However I said it.
Right.
And you rolled your eyes and let out a big sigh.
Come on.
You did.
This is bullshit.
You did.
It was the timing. I was like, come on.
Exactly.
Come on. Like an hour ago, I wrote this down. And it was, it was like an hour ago.
What?
That I said, no more men.
It was before. It was a little before.
My dance card is empty. Well, because there was a rotating cast. No offense to you.
No, none taken?
That's how you wanted it.
So,
see, the listeners don't know the previous lead-up.
They don't need to know anything.
God. Monster Dr. Fauci. Are you going to be like Monster?
Everything's Dr. Fauci.
You're going to be like...
Anytime I change my voice slightly,
it's like zombie Dr. Fauci. Like, Paul's going to be zombie Dr. Fauci shoveling the candy with the ice...
Costume.
With the ice
That's a great costume.
shovel.
Ice scraper.
Ice
Ice
shovel. Whatever that thing is. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. So, a couple days later...
Yeah, because my birthday's a few
party.
days before Halloween. Yeah. Well, and everyone should know, we're buddies. We were buddies.
Yeah. We'd really gotten to know each other.
We had, dated a little... we had
a couple flings.
There was a lot going on in that era.
Yeah, man. Now, who are you to judge us?
There was like a lot going on. And personally, I was going through like stuff in my family and blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And then we go to this Halloween party and it's like me and you. And I know like Brandon and Allie are with us because Allie was visiting from New York. And who else was with us?
I don't remember. That's all I remember because the four of us sat on a couch outside. It was a massive party. Like 1 million people were there.
There were so many people
in costumes.
Ken
Crosby
Paget.
was there.
It was at Paget's house.
Yeah, Ken Crosby was there because he's in one of the pictures.
He is?
We have pictures from that night.
Oh, and by the way, everyone's in costume except for like me and Paul because like we were like, we're too cool.
I did wear black and orange as a nod to the holiday. I have nothing against people in costumes. I'm not going to do it.
I'm kind of like pre-laughing because I've heard you tell this story recently.
Yes.
And when you tell it,
and let me tell you something. If you are not married, married life, so much of married life is hearing and telling the same stories over and over and over again.
Who were you telling this to? Because we were like dying.
I can't remember. But it was
like
recently.
Someone like newer in our lives that didn't know stuff.
Maybe.
I don't come off looking great in it.
Oh, I don't think so. No, because whoever it was very much on your side. They liked your approach. So here's what happened.
Wait a minute, though. Okay.
So we're all hanging out. We're hanging out in this foursome.
And we're getting fucking
nobody's dating. We're not dating each other. The other two people we're with are not dating each other.
Right.
We're just all hanging out.
And we know like half the people at this party. Like
yes.
50%. Maybe 80%.
Maybe 100%.
No, there was a couple.
Yes.
At Paget's big parties back in the day.
There were plenty of people we didn't know.
Some real weirdos.
Real weirdo.
I think I was offered cocaine in the bathroom, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
But I tell you who it was.
No, I know who it was. Okay. I remember who it was. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't take it. I'm just saying it happened. I had to actually pee.
Yeah.
So I was a little like, no, I got to pee. All right, keep going.
So at one point, I'm sitting at this, we're sitting at this table, and then someone sits down next to me, and this is a young lady that I had gone on literally like maybe 2 dates with, right?
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And this young lady was there, and she was wearing a costume.
And I knew of her. Like, everyone kind of like knew of her.
Mm. She's wearing a costume. She was dressed as a star-bellied Sneetch from Dr. Seuss. And she sat down and said, hey, this other guy that we both knew said I look pregnant. Do I look pregnant? And I said, no, you don't look pregnant. Mm-hmm. And she was really bummed out.
Sure she was.
She was extremely bummed out.
Sure, of course.
And inconsolable. Like I told her she did not look pregnant.
Right.
It did not turn things
totally
around for her.
Inconsolable. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
And so the next thing I know, Janie comes over to me and asked me if I would accompany her inside.
Oh, my God. I did that?
I can't remember what excuse you used.
I'm sure I just said, come on, follow me.
So I walked inside with her. She pulled me into an empty room.
Okay, this is getting a little X-rated.
This is not X-rated.
I'm fanning my face right now. I'm like, too.
And she started kissing me.
I'm a little bit.
I remember you like looked around.
I flushed. I did that.
And so we started making out.
Not how I am.
That was the beginning of our relationship.
Was it Leah and Chris? Who were we telling this?
I feel like we haven't seen them in a million years. It's hard to judge time.
We had that big old dinner.
But
we were far apart at that dinner.
Yeah.
We were at opposite ends.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what happened. I was not ready for a relationship, and I was fine with Paul waiting for me. But it didn't occur to me. It didn't occur to me that meant you were fair game to the ladies.
Yeah.
I didn't think myself through that scenario. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So when, like little Miss Sad Sack came with her damsel in distress situation, my radar went like, seismometer 8.10.
Your radar went seismometer.
Or whatever, Richter scale, infinity. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Like it like took my blurry, it took everything blurry and turned it into focus.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And then y'all.
How is that different than what I said?
They didn't know my thought process.
Right.
You didn't know my thought process.
Well, you thought
you weren't sharing. You're making it seem like I'm just some like territorial bitch that was like pissing on the fucking.
I don't think I made it seem like that at all.
Well, I am a territorial bitch.
Well, there you go. But you seem to think that this was a ploy of hers.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
But I'm telling you.
Yeah, it was.
If you had been where I was.
Uh-huh. Honey.
She was not at all. It was not.
Honey. Women know women. Okay? Paul likes to laugh at this all the time about my women's intuition stuff, but I'm telling you, I've never really been wrong. He like refuses. He's like obtuse about it. Like willfully obtuse.
Wow.
Like there have been times I've been like, come on, man. This person wants X, Y, and Z from you.
Here's what it is that you're wrong every time.
No. Honestly, you know what is so crazy?
The women that you have accused of like hitting on me or it's wild.
Not even just like hitting on you, like they want something from you because like you're sort of like known in the comedy. It's like you don't understand.
And you think they're using their feminine wiles to get me to do what they want.
I think that they are making a play. That's what I think. Okay? I'm just saying, I have some purity tests that I like to kind of like zoom through before I let people into,
Does she take corporate money?
Medicare for all. I'm just saying, like, people don't know the scene. And I know the scene. And I've had a front row seat to this scene for decades now. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I know the scene. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Okay.
Like, I've seen it.
You've seen the scene?
Yeah.
Because of your front row seat.
Oh, my God. I've seen the scene is a good title for my memoir. Oh, wait. But we did I went through Perry the Trump years. That's right. What was it that Cynthia like refined it?
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe that's a chapter heading.
I've seen the scene.
Or
you know what I'm thinking?
What?
Opening line.
What do you mean?
You know how?
Oh, the opening line of my memoir.
Yeah.
You know the opening line,
and it'll be in all caps.
I've seen the scene.
Like they do in books sometimes.
Because of the font they've chosen. I mean, Simon & Schuster will probably tell me what font they want, but...
Probably.
Simon & Schuster.
Wait, what was the other...
If you're listening.
What was the other book company
Hatchet or something?
Hatchet, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Hatchet. Why did I... Oh, because they had Woody Allen.
Oh, that's right. So they were in the market for something
There was a vacuum.
Yeah.
There was a vacuum. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, that embarrassing story.
My is it embarrassing? I think it's cute.
What about
it's our little cute origin story, honey?
What about our fraught first years of dating?
What about them? We fought a lot.
Oh my God, we fought so much.
Yeah.
We had to cancel plans. We fought.
Oh, we'd done that thing where
We pull up to the front of the restaurant.
To the front of a restaurant, and
we
then
can't get in.
The fight's still happening, and you have to text the person from the car saying, "We can't see you tonight. We're having a fight."
But like more than once.
No, that specifically happened a couple times.
Well, that one happened, luckily the other ones happened before we left the house, and we were like, just have a great date night without us. One time we got in a fight. I remember this. We got in such a big fight. I packed a bag and went to Aaron's apartment.
That was when we moved in together.
We just moved. Oh yeah, and I was like, I don't need you. And I started looking for one bedrooms on Craigslist, like all within like 2 hours. And I was like, this isn't, whatever. And I packed a bag and I showed up at Aaron's apartment, and him and his writing partner worked from his dining room every day in their dining room in his really bleak apartment in Hollywood. And where I saw someone get robbed friends of mine get robbed.
To be fair, it was a bleak neighborhood.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
The neighborhood was bleak.
Very nice apartment.
That's what I kind of meant, because our friends got robbed at gun. Anyway,
yeah.
That's a whole situation.
Right,
I burst in and I was like, I need to stay here. I need to stay here with you and Krista until I find my own place. And he like barely looked up from his laptop and he was like, uh-huh. And then I sat there for like an hour and I was like, I think I'm calm now, so I'm going to go. And then we like made up. I don't think we've ever gone to bed angry. Ever.
No, I don't think so. I don't think we have.
I hope we never do. That's a knock on wood.
I know, right?
Well, that's like we kind of have like these tempers that flare crazy and then they just like dissipate. Mm-hmm. Don't you think? Mm-hmm. Oh, at least mine does. Where like it like burns like wildly out of control, and then it's just like, and then it's like.
We're both emotional people. We're all sensitive people.
Yeah. Anyway, so what are your recommendations this week? Mine.
What?
For real, like. Mine's the Mary Trump book.
Oh, yeah.
Paul won't read it. He won't barely discuss it with me, which is fine.
Yeah.
I recommend reading the Mary Trump book. First of all, I recommend buying the Mary Trump book. Buy it. You know what? Buy it. Because guess what? They stole money from her. And it'll make you feel good to replenish the coffers. Because she was stolen from by her flesh and blood.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Which is messed up in its own right.
Yes.
Number 2.
On the topic of reparations, first let's take care of Mary Trump.
It's not about that. Also, I think it would get under the skin of the people to know her sales.
Oh, I'm sure it already has.
She broke a record.
Yeah, it was like a crazy huge opening.
It was a huge opening.
Sales, yeah.
But my point is this. Don't wait. Just read it. Number 1. Number 2, I recommend her hour-long interview with Rachel Maddow last night. But read the book first, and then watch the interview. Because first of all, Rachel Maddow's a good interviewer, and crystallizes sort of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But it's intense. The book and the interview is intense. It will rip you up inside. It is scarier. This
is not a great recommendation.
This is scarier than any horror movie. It's scarier than any like serial killer book you've read.
What about arachnophobia?
I cannot.
The first thrillamedy.
Fine. Arachnophobia.
Speaking of which, we had a spider situation in the house last night.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of spiders here.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite job.
Well, everybody's got a part to play.
Neither of us like bugs. What I like to do is I like to, if I can scoop and release a spider.
It's performative, but whatever. I let him have it.
It's not. Here's what it is. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Even when they home invade, because that's against the law.
That's California, baby. That's Southern California. New spiders every time. How many spiders do you think there are in the world? There's more than you could possibly imagine.
I know.
We've never seen the same one twice.
I will say this. There is a chilling, New Yorker article from 10, 11 years ago about the brown somethings.
Brown recluse?
No, but it's like a cousin. It's like a brown
cousin?
There's not a cousin spider. Is there a cousin spider?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
It will chill you to your core about these spiders that are proliferating the underground of downtown LA. And they came over in some theater trunk or something or other.
Oh, I kind of remember this story now.
And they are fucking poisonous as fuck, y'all.
Yeah.
They are out to get you, and they are everywhere.
They're theater spiders, baby, and they don't take prisoners.
Actually, that is I like this movie.
Sure, theater spiders? Absolutely.
Theater spiders, baby.
Yes, theater spiders, baby, and they don't take prisoners. It's time for the curtain call.
And the last bow.
Raise the web. So Janie comes I'm in the living room, and Janie comes in, and she says, he says it like he's coming out of the ER and just to break some bad news to me.
I made you pause your. I said,
could you pause that for a moment, please? There is a spider situation in the
I was
kitchen.
trying. No, it was in the bathroom.
In the bathroom. There's a spider situation in the bathroom, and it's serious.
I was trying to keep.
I know you're trying to.
My shit.
I know.
I was like, okay, keep going.
And I said, "Oh, is it? There's a spider in there?" And you said, "Yes." And you said it's not the typical kind. And I said, "Is it big?" And you went, "Yes, it's big." And I said,
It was big.
I said, "How big?"
Black.
I said, "How big is it? Is it like tarantula sized?" And you went, "Yes."
Wait, first of all, I feel like Paul is giving his own line readings way more oomph than the real moment.
What do you mean, my own line readings? My interpretation of your lines?
No, yours. Because I came in and I was like, "Will you pause that, please? I need you to pause that." And then you're like, "Uh-huh." And then I was like, "There's a spider situation in the bathroom." And you're like, "Okay." You were more like, "Okay."
This makes me sound very cool.
Cold.
I'm trying
Cold.
to keep things calm.
I feel like
I can tell you're on the verge of an explosion. Look, I've seen the scene.
I was like, okay. And then what was your next question? Oh, there's a spider situation or something like.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes. I'm trying to tell you.
You make it sound like I said to you there's no such thing as spiders.
Subtext wise, he was so underwhelmed that it was alarming. It was like I was trying to say, it's like I was calling 911 and they were saying like, "This is a prank, kid," or something like that. Like, "Yeah, lady," or whatever. And I was like, "Yes." And then I had to warn him because I didn't want his hair to instantly turn white upon entering the bathroom. Would you not warn someone?
Of course.
Of this
before they're about to enter a cauldron of horror? Yes.
And then he's like, okay, fine. And then he's like, I guess I'm going to handle this with a cup and a magazine situation. And I'm like, not my, weapons of choice, but fine. I mean, like, fine. Because, I mean, I don't have a choice in the matter. This is the spider guy. So.
That's right. Let him do his work. So I go in there.
Wait, you went in there first, I think, before you decided your weapons of choice.
Well, yeah, I had to see.
You needed to see what weapon of choice you needed.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm like trying, like, I remember the Gilligan's Island episode with the spider in the cave.
Oh my God, that spider. And the legs wouldn't touch the ground.
That thing, honestly, that and the Brady Bunch where the tarantula was on Greg.
Yeah. Two terrifying spider episodes.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. What I did. So he goes in there and he's like, I guess I'll get a cup and a magazine or whatever.
He was a decent sized spider.
Decent sized
spider. Never seen this particular kind of spider before.
Hefty.
Oh, he was that. Don't fat shame the spider.
Not spindly.
Don't fat shame the spider.
I'm saying there was substantial spiderness.
He was thick.
He was thick and black.
He was
a fucking black widow.
It was not a black widow. I think it was more brown than black.
It was black.
And black widows are not. They're shaped differently.
Fine, it wasn't black widow, maybe, but it was some other thing.
Maybe it was a brown theater spider. So I got a cup and I got a piece of cardboard.
A discarded catalog or something.
Yeah.
I found him some. Oh, it was the cardboard.
Yeah. And I went, and he was on this very, very little tiny ledge.
Like the baseboardy thing. The thing that
over the tub.
Over the tub.
And I tried to scoop him, and then he fell into the tub. And then I was trying to, like, corral him into the cup. Mm-hmm. And then I just flat out smushed him with the cup by accident.
Yeah, manslaughter.
Manslaughter.
By the way, I wasn't upset about it. I was like, good.
Yeah, that was a direct quote. You said good.
I said good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the house is safe for now.
Wait, this is reminding me, though, when we did first start dating, because one night...
Okay, so
Paul went on a...
Let me tell it.
He's on the road.
Let me tell it.
Well, I'm going to I have to jump in at some point to describe the... Okay.
You can describe... I'll let you describe the bug.
Okay.
But people have to hear this from my point of view. I'm coming off the road. I landed that day. I'd like gotten off a plane.
Yeah, where were you?
I can't remember, but I was so tired. At this point, I couldn't drive yet. And so the idea was you were going to come over to
your place.
My apartment.
Yeah. And we were going to like order Chinese and watch TV.
We're going to have a fun little night.
Yeah.
I was so happy to be back off the road and to see you. And so I get a call. And it's Janie. And I hear like a blinker ticking in the background. She says, I can't come over there.
I can't come.
Because there's a huge spider that's in my car. It's like it's
on a web.
On a web right in front of the steering wheel.
Okay, let me describe the spider.
Yes.
So I unlock my driver's side door. I get in and I go to put my key into the ignition. It's nighttime. It's dark. Mm-hmm. I'm in a carport. And suddenly coming into focus in front of my eyes is a spider perched in the center of a web that had built a web from the dash to the ceiling. Mm-hmm. And I was fucked. So I called.
A very ambitious plan on the spider's part.
Yes.
I don't know what he
thought. So I got out of the car. And I was like, I can't come.
And I said, I tried to guide her through getting the spider out of her car.
Wait, do you remember what you told me to do?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Why do you, whenever I take a pause in a story, you're like, he's forgotten it.
But you generalized it. I guided her through some things. I thought you were going.
I'm telling a story. What's wrong with you? You see me tell stories professionally.
I just need to know that you know that
Yes,
part.
I do. What's wrong with you?
Fine.
So I begin to guide her through steps to remove this spider from her car. I said, get a magazine and just swat him out of the door.
Okay.
I said, get a magazine, swat him out of the door. You said, I'm afraid he will run up the magazine and onto me.
Onto my arm. Yeah.
And I said, no.
It's just
You
a bridge to me.
You just swat him out with the magazine. You might even have asked me, can I just throw it? I said, no. You swat him out, keep hold of the magazine, swat him out. And you went, okay. Then there's like a pause. Then I hear the unmistakable sound of a magazine being thrown at a spider.
Like it went from the passenger door through the driver's side door through to the open passenger side door.
Yeah.
I tried to throw it and
Yeah.
then you heard the thwack of the thud.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I know. And so then what happened was I was so fucking tired. And I had to call a cab and go over to Janie's apartment, which was the opposite of the plan that we had, to get this spider out of her car.
And then we went over to your apartment.
Is that true? Then we got back in the car? We didn't just stay at your place?
I can't remember. I thought I was like, oh, okay, let's just go to Cherokee because he lived on Cherokee.
I don't give out my previous addresses.
Well,
That sounds like us.
I think because we had planned to be there for whatever reason.
And we keep our promises.
But what was so crazy was that you came and rescued me from this. I didn't ask him to do this.
I know, honey. I had to do it.
I would never have. I was ready to be
I
like,
had to save you.
I'm sorry. The plans are just.
I knew you were going to burn your car. I knew you were going to get some oily rags and throw them in there.
Man, that was like, first of all, if you sit in your driver's seat at night in a dark carport and then you just think nothing is going on.
You just might be a redneck.
Wait, that was his thing? You just might be a redneck.
Yeah, it was a whole lineup of like, if you do this.
If you get in your car and then you stick the key in the drive.
your carport at night and stick your key in the ignition, you might just
be a redneck. You know what? That guy made how many millions?
He's doing quite well.
Still?
Yes.
From the same Gambit?
Gambit.
That redneck Gambit?
He still tours, but he also hosts TV shows and stuff like that. Yeah.
He does?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember the merchandising? There were like the redneck a day calendars.
Oh. I mean,
it was a phenomenon.
I'm sure I remember.
It was a phenomenon.
Yes. Absolutely.
It was like, yeah.
The important thing is we're both still here. Spiders have not gotten us yet.
Man, that was another lifetime. Things have changed in the world.
That's fair to say. That back then, that was our biggest problem.
That was like
spiders in cars. Getting coffee.
That would be better than comedians. No offense to y'all.
You don't even like spiders, and you're saying it would be better a show with spiders driving around getting coffee. How dare you?
I'm just saying the comedians, and I only watched one, and I was underwhelmed. Can I say which one I watched? Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, I wasn't on it, so go ahead.
I watched Ellen DeGeneres.
That's the one I watched.
And by the way, I think people are accusing her of a toxic work environment.
By the way, yes, they absolutely are.
No, I think there's like a whole thing, like an organized effort now.
Oh,
like
wow.
Like a legal.
Yeah, it's been like people have been sharing stories about her for a while.
Before the Twitter. I mean, like way before the Twitter.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I remember the WGA strike, and people were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you crossing the picket line?
Yeah. I know.
Like, aren't you one of us?
Some of your faves are problematic. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I guess shame them into accepting.
Shame, blame, and defame. Or else you're cuckoo. Oh, thanks to Chris Wong on Instagram, who drew a fantastic little artwork.
Yes, there have been a couple of fan arts. We've also been emailed some fan arts as well.
Oh, I got to check the email. I haven't looked at the email.
Sorry that we're... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're behind. But thank you all for sending stuff like that. But yeah, Chris, I've been following him for a while. I really like his stuff a lot. And he did a little stayfhomekins drawing that is it's us in a cuckoo clock. We're little cuckoo clock characters.
I love it.
Yeah, it's adorable.
That's our merchandising.
We're gonna sell cuckoo clocks
where we come out and make on the hour.
Well, we do,
and we say y'all.
No, it's
or
gotta
we say,
be
y'all.
Oh, no, no one wants that, honey.
Y'all.
It should be like the clock that like he drew, where we would be little.
Oh,
figures.
we like dance around when the cuckoo
we come out and we do a little choreographed thing. Yeah.
And then we lift a glass or something and go. Yeah. And then we go back in.
Oh, maybe we come out and we toast each other.
And then we go back in.
Yeah.
That should be easy to mass produce.
Can I tell you, this is, I know we're close to the end. But
are we?
We are.
Okay.
Of civilization.
That's what I thought.
We've had a cuckoo clock for a long time. We enjoy it. Mm-hmm. It's the fifth character. I also got a cuckoo clock for my office. Mm-hmm. And then recently I changed the bat tree. Mm-hmm. And I've noticed that it cuckoos the wrong time.
That bitch.
Yeah. It's very strange. And I don't know how to fix it.
Like what? Like 3 minutes after or something?
No. I'm saying when it's 2 o'clock, this cuckoo will come out and cuckoo 6 times.
What?
It's so confusing.
What?
Because at 1 o'clock, I'll hear it and I'll look up and it's like, oh, it's 1 o'clock. And then it keeps going. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know how that happened.
This is, you know what? 2020. That's what happened.
Oh, thanks a lot, 2020.
That's 2020 for you. Do you have any recommendations?
I
just want people to read The Mary Trump. I mean, that's all I did this week.
Shoot.
That's not all I did this week.
I'm going to recommend this.
By the way, it's not all I did this week.
This is a plug. This is not a non-self-serving recommendation. Lauren Lapkus, my friend Lauren Lapkus and I, we did a live streaming improv show a couple weeks ago, and we've decided to make it a monthly thing. So the first Monday of every month, we'll be doing a Lapkus and Tompkins show.
Cool.
And we're each in our homes, and we're just doing improv together. And it was so much fun the last time. And a lot of people watched, and I was very happy. And we donate a portion to charity,
That's
portion
cool.
of the proceeds to charity. And it's produced by Dynasty Typewriter, our friends at the theater downtown who are trying to stay afloat like we all are. Mm-hmm. And so the next one is August 3rd. I believe that is the first Monday of August.
Okay.
So
we'll remind.
Yeah, go online
I
and
think
check
we'll
it
have
out.
another episode before that one.
Yes, and
Okay.
I'll update my
and
website
you can put it on the
accordingly.
Instagram and the Twitter.
I'll put it on the Insta
Our
and the Twitter.
Instagram is stayfhomekins. Our Twitter is stayfhomekins. Our email is stayfhomekins@gmail.com. We enjoy engaging with all of our listeners.
We love hearing from everybody.
And I know I don't write everyone back, but I see everything and I process it. And it is... We have some really awesome listeners out there, actually.
I unfortunately see everything and I block it out. And I don't know why. It's a defense mechanism.
Oh, and if you want to leave us a review on iTunes, that would be helpful, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give us the old 5 stars. Give us a nice little sentence or two.
How about this? If you're going to say something sexist about me, send it to the Gmail. Because I promise you it'll be way more damaging to me personally than you posting it publicly. Reverse psychology.
Honey,
what do you think?
Very good.
Yeah.
And if you want to say something mean about me,
no one
don't.
seems to do that. No one seems to do that.
They do that other
They
places.
just do that to me.
Yeah, they do that other places.
Well, you know what? If you want to say something mean about Paul F. Tompkins, I'll fucking cut you.
See, now you fucked up, guys. You never should have crossed her.
I'll cut you.
You saw what she did at that Halloween party?
You think I'm like nice, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm. No, she's the worst.
You think that spider just died by accident? You think that was not calculated by me to get somebody to commit a murder on my behalf?
Are you a witch?
I'm you. You know what? I am you. Because if you think of saying something mean, I'm you.
What? Is this like a variation on I'm rubber, you're glue?
No. I'm saying...
If you think about saying something mean to me, I'm you.
You know what I'm saying? Why don't you look in the mirror?
Oh, damn. Oh, honey, I didn't think you were going to go there. But
look in the mirror.
I'm glad you did.
Look in the mirror.
Look in the mirror.
Oh, I'm sorry. He who casts the first stone must be the one who...
Oh, boy.
without his own flaws. Sins. And you know what? You know what? That's true. That's a true thing.
It's a true thing.
Oh, may he who is without sin be the one that cast the first stone in the honor killing that we're all about to do.
Yes,
like we're all about to do an honor killing.
It's getting Shirley Jackson up in here, y'all.
Honor killing, and then we're all going to pick up a stone, and I'm going to say, wait just a sec, just wait just a sec. The person who gets to throw the first stone is the one here among us without sin.
And they did not see this loophole coming. And then people are embarrassed. They're like, I've sinned.
Yeah.
And they drop their rocks.
And then guess what?
They grab their socks.
Honor killing turns into honor happy hour.
Oh, shit. Honey, we got to end on that.
Because
you turned it around.
You know what? Nobody wants to go to an honor killing. Everyone wants to go to the honor happy hour.
I wish some people did not want to go to the honor killing, but... Unfortunately,
like if that's like your Evite list for the month, I guess I get it. But whatevs. I'm just saying, like, look at yourself.
Less honor killings, more honor happy hours. Thank you all for listening. We will see you again next week. Until then, stay safe. Stay sane,
and
stay home.
Gotta stay home. Gotta flatten the curve. Stay home.